Hey y'all, it's Asha Cerise. Welcome back to my channel. This weekend recap is going to have to be given to you in 3 parts because it was a long weekend. But come with me and my mother as we travel to Chicago for the very first time. This is us at the Atlanta airport hopping on the SkyTrain after we parked the car. It was just a little short hike to get to the main terminal and to make it to our gate. We did not check any bags. We are trying to do better when it comes to overpacking for flights. So we did not do a big suitcase or any of that. We had a personal item each. We had to get through this security. There's DG. My homeboy DG was also headed to Chicago for the wedding, so we ended up on the same flight. And he was supposed to meet us down here by the train, but he gonna say, "Oh, well, the train came before you got here, so I'm gonna make sure the plane don't leave without you." So we waited for our train and got on and ended up heading to our terminal. We were making good time. I spotted DG before he spotted me. I wanted to see how long is it gonna take him to realize I'm watching him. This is one of those smart stores they have now where you just scan your card or your phone and then you walk out with your items and it charges you. Me and Mama were both praying as we walked in. Here she is tapping it. I prayed as it took off, as I always do. Then we landed. Why do people like to stand up? And then I ran into T. Sanders. She is one of my friends on TikTok's best friend and a comedian. And we always randomly run into each other, which is crazy. We ran into each other randomly in Atlanta one time, and then I saw her as soon as I got off the plane in Chicago.
Being that it ain't so big on the ship, they got that right there so it grabs the wire and it slows it down once it. So they got to land that plane perfectly for it to be able to hook, for that to hook, to keep them from going down.
Who told you that?
Discovery Channel, wherever they get it. Yeah.
That's a good fun fact.
Yeah,
Get it out while we at the fucking airport. Because once we get into the wild, I don't want to hear shit about no dirt, no barn, none of that shit.
Anybody who knows DG know he gonna say what he want to say. He kept asking people about Dirk, so that's why I was saying that.
Say what?
I in Chicago too.
Corny.
After we took our photos, Mama and DG grabbed some coloring books and crayons, and we headed outside to meet our Uber because we were also all three staying in the same hotel. So we hopped in and headed there. We got to do a little bit of sightseeing of the city as we were on our way to check in. So we were all downtown Chicago. We stayed at the Palmer House Hotel. It's a Hilton hotel, and it was pretty nice. Ended up having some issues with check-in for myself because of the way my reservation was set. So that took a little while, but we finally got our room key, headed there, checked in, and chilled for a little while. And then we were going to meet up with DG a little later to go out to eat. But as I was looking out the window, it started getting down raining. I wasn't expecting the rain. It was just sunny. So anyway, we met up with DG and we headed out in the freezing cold, windy, rainy city, and we went to Planta Queen, because y'all know I love me some Planta in every city that it is available. I first found out about it in Miami, and then they came to Atlanta, so had to check it out in Chicago. This is DG trying the bao bun, one of my faves. It has oyster mushroom in it and cucumber and hoisin sauce, I believe. He enjoyed it. We all ordered cucumber mint lemonades. Cheers to a great weekend in Chicago. My mom ordered the Reuben sandwich and fries. I tried it. It was absolutely delicious. Me and DG both ordered some sushi. I ordered a pastor bowl. It's kind of like a chipotle bowl. It had rice, beans, pineapple, guacamole, jalapeno, and their beef steak alternative with chips. And it was really tasty. And the sushi was absolutely amazing as well. I got the coconut shrimp, quote unquote shrimp, sushi. DG got some type of Hawaiian crunch sushi, and my mom got the spicy tuna sushi, which is always our favorite. So we all shared the sushi rolls. Everybody liked the one that I ordered the best, but I'm always gonna love me some spicy tuna. And DG ended up ordering him a couple of more of those bao buns. He said they wasn't hitting like the first time, but he did enjoy them. And then me and Mama ordered dessert. She had the brownie with ice cream, and I had the matcha cheesecake. I saved a little bit for later. And then we got back out into this cold, windy rain and hopped in our Uber.
Freezing.
As soon as we got back to the room, I went on ahead and took me a great shower. And I wanted to try these little washcloths that start off like a little peel and then you add water. But I had to go ahead and get ready a little bit early because it was rehearsal time. You know, I'm in my best friend TJ's wedding.
Is formed against you shall prosper. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Amen. Mama fell asleep listening to the word, and I headed out to meet up with TJ, his bride, Kanisha, and their boys to head to rehearsal. We stopped by his sister's house first, and then we headed to the venue to rehearse. Get in line. Places, please.
I think that we need some coordination. We need to coordinate.
It didn't take us too long to get everything together. It was also an opportunity for everyone in the wedding party to get together and mix and mingle. Once we got everything in order and we knew who we were going to be paired with and the pacing of everything, we headed to the next event. I went with TJ's cousin/brother Robert and his sister Stacy to the casino so we can kill a little time before the dinner. I did end up getting a card just in case I wanted to play, but I didn't end up playing the slots. I just watched Robert play and he was doing pretty good. He was up. So I will go back now that I have my card whenever I'm in Chicago. It was actually a nice vibe. They had a DJ. She was rocking it out, playing good music. And it was a cool little atmosphere. But yeah, we was excited that Robert was winning. We was like, ooh, dinner on mute. We were in walking distance of Kitchen Kocktails where the welcome dinner was. That's TJ. DG was walking in right as we were getting ready to do a young photo shoot. There was Kanisha. They looked so cute. Of course, while we were waiting on the full party, we had to go ahead and get our photo shoot on. You see it. What I do like about this establishment is that they represent Chicago through and through. So all the pictures on the walls you'll see is people representing Chicago. They also have a Kitchen Kocktails in Atlanta and other places. But this was my first time attending this establishment.
And I wish I never met him at all, even though I love her so.
If I knew how to dance, I'd dance.
I had to hit DG with the Carl Thomas joke because he had on the turtleneck. But as you can see, they got roses all over the walls. These were my cauliflower bites. DG was so happy thinking that was his food, and it was not. And it took so long for them to bring out our food. When they finally did, this was my food. It was a vegan bowl, but it was severely undercooked, y'all. I felt like I was eating grass. But we took some pictures. Everybody was being friendly and fun. I was cute. We ain't buy none of them, but we definitely took pictures of the pictures.
Those are dedicated, determined, dependable.
And this was us walking back to the car to go to our room. Downtown Chicago is beautiful at night, and we headed on in, and me and DG went our separate ways. And I had Mama open the door, only to find out that we had on the same night clothes for the night. Like, who told you to pack a red dress? We had a good laugh about that. I ate the rest of my cheesecake before going to bed. Stay tuned for part 2.